You're watching the Bo Frye Show on Rider Nation Station, brought to you through the help of these following fine sponsors: Buffalo Wild Wings, Miller's Funeral Home, Eagles Lodge 767, Rabel's Auto Service, Plus One Professionals, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Midway Trailers, American Legion Post 323, Albert Sporting Goods, Family Audiology, Speckman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Spees Chiropractic, Varsity Lanes, Minster Bank, VFW Post 9289, Guarneri Pizzeria, and Fowler's TV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Bo Frye Show. I'm Joe Hurlbert, your host, and joining me as he does each and every week is head coach of the St. Mary's Rough Riders, Bo Frye. And first of all, Coach, before we get started, round one of the playoffs, congratulations on your 42-18 win over Buckeye Valley.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, this week, let's take a look at some of the Western Buckeye League teams that were in it. Going into the first round of the playoffs, 5 Western Buckeye Leagues teams made it. One of them has been eliminated. Let's take a look at some of the scores from last week. In Division III, Region 10, Defiance was all over Cloverleaf by a score of 63-28, and it seemed, from a scheduling aspect, the Rough Riders might have been happy to get them early in the season because the Defiance Bulldogs have been getting better and better each and every week.
They're very young, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In Division III, Region 12, Walpock defeated Wilmington 28-14, and Bellbrook defeated Salina by a score of 42-21. Of course, in Division 4, Region 14, we'll talk about the Rough Riders' 42-18 win over Buckeye Valley, and of course, Van Wert all over Wauseon by a score of 40-7. Let's take a look at this week's game around the playoff. We're in the regional quarterfinals. In Division III, Region 10, the 13th seed Defiance at 7-4 will take on Mansfield Senior, who I think Mansfield Senior is in the same conference that West Holmes is in.
Yeah, they played West Holmes.
And I think they finished second in the Ohio Cardinal Conference. Mansfield Senior comes in with a record of 9-2. They are the number 5 seed. Of course, in Region 12 in Division III, it will be New Richmond taking on Hamilton-Baden. Of course, everybody's familiar with the Hamilton-Baden Rams. They're 11-0 on the season. New Richmond, the 9 seed, is 8-3. And of course, Walpock will have a second-round home game. They're the number 4 seed. They're at 10-1. They will host Bellbrook at number 5. Of course, in Division 4, Region 14, we'll take a look at all the games that are taking place in our divisions, if you will. The number 1 seed, Cleveland Glenville at 10-0. The number 1 seed will take on Bellevue, 7-4. The number 8 seed, Elyria Catholic, 9-2. The number 4 seed will take on the number 5 seed, Belleville Clear Fork at 10-1. Van Wert will be at Sandusky Perkins. Perkins is the number 3 seed. Van Wert is the number 6 seed. And, of course, the St. Mary's Rough Riders will be on the road. We'll travel to Holmes County, where they'll take on Millersburg West Holmes, which is the number 2 seed. So when you look at Region 14, it plays out exactly the way they're seeded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 advanced to the regional quarterfinals.
Yeah, our region is a pretty good region. A lot of great football teams in our region, and the top 8 were the top 8 teams. After the top 8, our region was not great.
So we'll take a look at last week's win over Buckeye Valley. Of course, the Rough Riders defeated them 42-18, and we'll take a look at some of the clips, and then we'll put this one to bed, and then we'll focus on the West Holmes Knights as we get ready to travel over there this Friday. So this is I believe this is the opening kickoff of the ball game. Special teams, I thought, on kickoffs had a lot of opportunities, and I thought they played pretty decent.
Yeah, we're getting better. Obviously, special teams, we put a big focus on special teams in our football program. And definitely it's something that we have to continue to win if we want to continue to win.
You know, if we can run that back, and I watched this one a couple of times, and I thought, these guys that are standing on the 50-yard line that drop back to about the 30,
yeah,
they need to run the football because they don't touch it.
Yeah. We weren't very good on a kickoff return. Yeah, it's supposed to hit like a double quarterback sneak.
Is it?
Yeah, so sometimes you don't have people to block, but
yeah,
we got to basically get it set and get it running better.
And it's just almost, to me, it's a matter of time before they come popping through there.
It's going to happen, and
absolutely.
hopefully it happens sooner than later.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is Dominic Osborne, the young sophomore with a carry, gets to the outside, gets the corner, and good blocking up front, and picks up good yardage.
But these two young halfbacks are really getting better.
Yeah.
And he runs hard, and he really loves football, so he's going to continue to get better as time goes on.
And he only had 5 carries in the ball game, but yet they were good enough for 49 yards. That was his 20-yard run, the longest, and he had 1 touchdown. So.
Yeah.
This is Colton Mabry.
That's a good run.
He just gets the corner, and when I looked at this, I thought, needs to take a little dancing lessons, work on his footwork.
He got tackled by grass a lot, or turf a lot the other night. So I don't know what was going on. The guys were falling over a lot. It was a weird night. It was there's just not a whole lot of mojo, and guys falling over and that sort of thing.
And it was kind of a weird, like you said, a kind of weird first half.
Yeah.
Obviously, Buckeye Valley could not stop our offense and scored on every possession that we had except for the final one when time ran off the clock to end the ball game. And we had trouble off in the first half stopping their pass. But obviously you'll see in the second half that some of the changes that was made defensively, we were able to get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah. We just weren't playing with a whole lot of, I don't know if it was a hangover from Salina or what, but we just weren't playing with the same mojo and excitement and love for the game. So obviously we need to play a lot harder.
This is Aiden Hinkle's first touchdown of the ball game. Of course, he 22 carries, 217 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaged 9.9 yards per carry. And he just good blocking up front. I'll tell you what, your offensive line just has done phenomenal this year. And again, they're getting better as well.
They are. They're definitely the strength of our football team. And they come to work every day. And I really have enjoyed this group, and I really hope that they can continue to carry us.
I think the receiver here, the kickoff returner, bobbled the football, let our coverage team get down, but good job, good hustle, good gang tackling.
Yeah, it was a good job getting
stop.
downfield and being aggressive. I mean, those are the things that you have to do every single time, being aggressive and shooting your shot at this point in the season.
Yeah, their average start offensively was their own 26-yard line. Yeah. Our average start was our 44-yard line, so big difference there.
Yeah, this happens when you win the kicking game.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a good defensive stop right there, I think. All 9 players.
Yeah, I think it was the first play. I think that was the very first play on defense. And it's good when that happens. But testament to Buckeye Valley. I think their young quarterback completed a lot of passes, and they were picking their spots and just hitting us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, and we'll maybe see a couple of clips of him as we go forward. In the first half, it seemed like he just received the snap and threw the football.
Yeah.
He didn't drop. He didn't roll. He just caught it, turned, and threw it.
Yeah, good.
And when he did that, it did not allow our defense to put any pressure on.
Yeah, it was hard because, and you're playing back a little bit because you don't want to get beat over top.
Right.
And he just kind of was picking us apart there for a little while. And it was just good coaching on their part. Yeah.
This is good pressure here by the defense.
We started sending a little heat at him. Got
tired
of sitting back and waiting, So
absolutely.
Sometimes you gotta shoot your shot, like I said. And it's being a defensive coordinator is hard, though. It never stays the same.
Exactly. So. I think this one here is just missed timing on the coverage.
Yeah, 4th down, 4th and about 3, and we jumped the route. And it's about how the whole night was, though.
Yeah.
Luckily we were getting off the ball and scoring because the rest of the night it was pretty lethargic and a lot of missed opportunities.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Colton Mabry again gets the corner and is tripped up there.
Yeah, the turf monster, man. I told you. I think he got tackled by turf more on Friday than any one of their players.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know what was going on. I mean, we just need to be better, I'll tell you that.
Well, we got to get on maintenance to get that mode a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
This is a big run by Aiden Hinkle. This is his longest of the game, 62 yards. And I thought right here, Buckeye Valley had him right there at about the 15-yard line, and he just stepped out of it and took it into the end zone for 6.
But Aiden's a heck of a fullback. He's been in our program for 4 years, and he's got a burst this year that you hadn't seen in the last couple.
Right. This particular clip here, we'll just keep an eye on the people up front. They just push people out of the way.
Yeah, good fakes, too, by the backfield. That's just execution. When you do things right, great things happen. It's a good run here by Henkel again. Just picking his feet up and making plays.
Gets it inside the red zone.
Yeah, we were rolling up front.
Yep.
Good things happen when that happens. Good
Keegan.
block on the edge by the guards and the lead backs, and
Keegan Sharp gets it inside the 10.
It's a good sweep run by Keegan.
I think this is Aiden Hinkle's third touchdown of the game, and it was set up by Keegan Sharp's run.
Yeah,
And boom, right straight up the middle.
it's nice in the playoffs. A lot of these teams have never seen what we do, so
Exactly.
it's a lot easier to call offense.
Yeah.
You know,
and I have said that a lot because it happens down the road that, if Salina would have won, they possibly they would have played Walpock. Of course, they've seen them and scouted them throughout this course of the season, but it is different when you play somebody that has not seen your offense, has not scouted you, pretty much. And of course, keep in mind, Buckeye Valley, this is the first time they've been in the playoffs. So this was the big deal for them.
It was. They were excited, and they played like it.
Yeah.
And we were kind of playing like we've been here before. It's going to cruise on through this.
Yeah.
But bad things happen when you just cruise on in, you know.
Exactly.
So we got to lock in, and we got to play a lot better.
It's good kickoff coverage once again by special teams. It was a short kick, but they're right there.
Yeah, it was good coverage. When Rush kicks, he does a real great job of just skying it up in the air, and it gives us time to cover, almost like a punt.
Yeah. Defense is starting to figure some things out.
Yeah, it started to play a little faster. I felt like we were sitting on our heels, and we're not sitting on our heels anymore, which is great.
Yeah.
So.
I think maybe after Buckeye Valley scored a couple of times and kind of moved the football along, maybe it was almost like a light come on and said, we better step it up a bit.
Yeah, I think it's going to get you one way or the other. There's a good fill, you know what I mean? There we go. And
exactly.
finally seeing guys flying around and attacking, So just not a whole lot of attacking, I guess, is what I would say.
Right.
Yeah. It's a great sack there.
Yep.
Not sure who it was. I think that was Kessler.
Yep.
Yeah. It's good playing with a motor, That's what it is. Best defense of the night might have been on the 2-point conversions.
Exactly.
They went for 2 all the time. That probably was
Exactly.
we're playing our best defense right there, It's like, geez, man.
I think they went for a 2-point conversion on at least I know the first 2 scores, and they were turned away. And I thought that was one there that they went for 2 points, and they were denied there. So those are big plays.
Yeah, huge plays.
Those are big
there was a
plays.
point in the game, I think, third quarter was 21-18 or something. So those were huge plays.
With 2 missed 2-point conversions.
Yeah. So.
Little quick pitch to Hinkle, left side. He's got people out front.
Yeah, it's a good run. He got a hole. He's got a burst, like I said. So.
And this one here is his 4th touchdown of the game. Full house in the backfield.
Yep.
Just good blocking at the
Yeah,
point of
good
attack.
surge.
And
Getting in.
Yep. Rough Riders finished tonight 49 rushing attempts, 357 yards. That's worthy of a sticker.
Yeah, 350 is the goal. So 7 yards over. Our young guys got it for us at the end.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think actually the Buckeye Valley won the time of possession. I think they had the ball longer than us.
They did. The time of possession, they had it 26 minutes and 34 seconds. We had it 18 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah,
so,
which is usually not the case in these playoff games. But we were kind of hitting big runs, which
I believe this is a good coverage by Jamal Kessler, I believe, on this particular kickoff.
Yeah, good job making a tackle. He does a good job on that unit, and we pushed him last week because we thought he was dipping inside and not doing things right. So we really worked him hard last week to get that figured out.
Finally putting some pressure on the quarterback. And check his head out. Boom.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
Good hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good. He's played corner for a long time. So
I think wasn't that play? Wasn't there like an unsportsmanlike conduct? Wasn't something said over there off the sideline?
I think it wasn't on us though.
No, absolutely.
Which usually it is.
And I tell you what, what's really impressive with your players is the composure and the poise they have. When somebody jaws off to them, so to speak, they just kind of keep on moving.
Yeah, it wasn't always that way. Early in the year, we were the ones getting
don't
that
retaliate
one, so,
because usually it's the second guy that gets caught.
Yeah, it is. It's true, and and that's a work, and every day it's a struggle, you know, because kids have emotions, you know.
They do.
So,
They do, and that's part of the football game too.
Yeah.
But you got to know when to walk away.
Yeah, controlling your emotions is a big part of the game.
This is another big sack by the defense. I think we're into the second half right now. And I think you've made some adjustments at halftime, and now all of a sudden you're starting to put some pressure on the quarterback, and you know I think he's starting to get rattled and kind of losing his composure just a little bit.
Yeah.
Check out number 90 right here at the bottom. Eli Rickard.
Yeah, Eli.
Got a pancake block on that one.
That was nice. Eli's really gotten better throughout the year. You know, he's kind of a little bit out of position. He's probably a tackle, but we had plenty of tackles and not enough tight ends. So he's played tight end all year and done a really good job doing it. So. Mm-hmm.
Got to throw him one.
At some point, you know, we keep telling him we're going to throw him one, but we only threw one pass the other night, so those reps are limited right now. Exactly.
Dominic Osborne, he gets the corner and picks up good yardage again.
Yeah, good run by Osborne. I really like him. He's really getting better, and he's like I said, it's kind of not the size of the dog in the fight, the size of the fight in the dog, and he's got a lot of fight.
Yeah. This is Carter Steinberg.
Standing up, man. Yeah. This is one of the first times I've ever seen a quarterback sneak get into the end zone and him just jog off to the side.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And he is doing a remarkable job.
Great job.
He's very poised. He's got great composure.
Yeah.
And handles the offense very well.
Yeah. And at some point we're gonna use him more. He's just we knew going into the last 2 weeks that we could manage him. And, but he's got a nice little flick to him. Right. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is a good stop by Kevin Perry on kickoff team.
Yeah, I think our guys are flying downfield. I was pleasantly happy with our kickoff coverage. Yeah. That was one of the better things we did the other night. And we're playing better in the second half here on defense, which you're seeing, which was nice to see because there was a point there where we were struggling. Guys finally making plays, you know. And
that's just good reaction. Yeah, good support.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only pass of the ball game.
Yeah, look at this 40-yard bag.
As a matter of fact, this is the only pass in the last 2 games.
Yeah, but you know what?
He put it out there.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, kind of Sullivan got held up a little bit. And he can do it. You know, he does it every day. We probably throw more in practice than most spread teams. It's it's just we know we can do it. It's just when you want to do it.
Exactly.
When you're not punting, you know what I mean? And it's working, why?
Dominic Osborne gets 6 points. Yeah. Nice run by him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is our final play. It said the defense gets another sack. And like I said, it was a tale of 2 halves. This looked like the Rough Riders did a lot of things in the second half defensively and put a lot of pressure on their quarterback. And although he did throw for 244 yards.
Yeah.
So and keep in mind, the kid's just a freshman as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Had a pretty good group of receivers. I wasn't real happy at halftime. I didn't think we were playing with enough emotion and enough want to win. So. It was a nice halftime.
When the smoke settled and the dust cleared, the Rough Riders come away with a 42-18 win, which moves them into the regional quarterfinals. They'll be on the road at West Holmes. That's where we're headed, and Rider Nation Station will be there to bring you all the coverage of that ball game. When we come back, we're going to take a quick look at the West Holmes Knights when we come back right after this.
You're watching the Bo Frye Show on Rider Nation Station, brought to you through the help of these following fine sponsors: Buffalo Wild Wings, Miller's Funeral Home, Eagles Lodge 767, Rabel's Auto Service, Plus One Professionals, Oglaze Equipment Rental, Midway Trailers, American Legion Post 323, Albert Sporting Goods, Family Audiology, Speckman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Spees Chiropractic, Varsity Lanes, Minster Bank, VFW Post 9289, Guarneri Pizzeria, and Fowler's TV.
Welcome you back to the Bo Frye Show. I'm Joe Hurlbert, alongside head coach Bo Frye. And Coach, taking on the number 2 seed, I believe, West Holmes, the Knights. They're 11-0. You come in with a record of 9-2. And so, of course, first of all, the big hurdle we have to get over is the 2.5, 3-hour bus ride over there. And then we got to prepare mentally for that. And then, of course, you're taking on a pretty strong team.
Yeah. So back to the bus ride, my Ross Bowman for the last couple of weeks has been doing the Broncos said Bronco country. He's always been saying on the announcements, Rough Rider country, let's ride. I said figuratively and literally this week we're gonna ride.
Exactly.
But you know what? It's fun for our kids and they're excited. And like I said, we've been in the playoffs for 7 years straight, so we're used to taking some trips.
Right.
So
the West Holmes Knights, they come in, as I said, 11-0. This is a ball club that is average nearly 60 points a ball game. They're giving up about 13 points a ball game, and they've got an outstanding running back. They got big people on both sides of the football. So obviously the Rough Riders have got a monumental task ahead of them. But as you say, each and every week, I think we got to take care of what we do best, and that's why you play them. I've seen crazy things over the years happen that you would not expect somebody to upset somebody, and they have. And so that's why you play them.
Yeah, and we have a lot of pride and tradition in our program. I mean, we get in the playoffs and we expect to win around here. That's just who we are. And like I said, we've been in the playoffs for 7 years straight. I think we've been beat, of the last 7 years, been beat 6 of the years by either the state champion or the state runner-up. So we were not used to playing really good football teams throughout these years. So we're going to roll in and we're going to do our thing and we're going to give it our best fight. And then, I don't know, we'll end the things, hopefully come out on top.
Talent-wise, when Kevin Perry lines up at the linebacker spot, what is he going to see offensively? What kind of offensive set?
I would compare them similar to Van Wert's offense with a very, very good running back and a quarterback that can throw it all over the place, very talented receiving core, good active offensive line. So definitely a top tier, near the top of the state in offense for sure.
Right.
So they're very good.
And, of course, when Carter Steinberg looks over his defense, what kind of defense will you see?
So they've been running. They haven't actually seen a team under center all year. So the entire season, there's never been a single team under center. So I'm kind of trying to figure it out. I actually went back and watched their Chardon. They got beat by Chardon in the Final Four last year, who runs the wing tee. So I went back and watched some of that. So they're running even, and they'll run a stack, and very good linebacker core. So we're excited.
Good.
So,
well, we're going to wish you the best of luck on Friday night, and of course, as we conclude here, we've got some special fans that have made their trip in here, and of course, come on in.
Come on, Faye. Come on, let's go. Daddy daycare day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to say?
Go Riders!
So go Riders. Well, thank you very much. That's going to conclude it and wrap it up for this edition of the Bo Frye Show. I'm your host, Joe Hurlbert. Don't forget, we'll have the game for you. Internet, as long as that works, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action. So join us from West Holmes this Friday night. We'll be there to bring you the game between the St. Mary's Rough Riders and the West Holmes Knights. Until that time, so long, everyone.
Good job.
You're watching the Bo Frye Show on Rider Nation Station, brought to you through the help of these following fine sponsors: Buffalo Wild Wings, Miller's Funeral Home, Eagles Lodge 767, Rabel's Auto Service, Plus One Professionals, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Midway Trailers, American Legion Post 323, Albert Sporting Goods, Family Audiology, Speckman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Spees Chiropractic, Varsity Lanes, Minster Bank, VFW Post 9289, Guarneri Pizzeria, and Fowler's TV.